Welcome back. As we just mentioned earlier, Burkina Faso is finally moving on after an attempted coup by members of the presidential guard, the RSP. And now its leader, General Gilbert Diendéré, was arrested on Thursday. Well, tensions boiled over this week as the army retook the RSP camp from the soldiers who were refusing to disarm. But now that that unpopular unit has been dissolved, fresh challenges await that country. Emilie reports from Ouagadougou.
After 2 days of tension, Burkina Faso's interim president himself came to greet the armed forces and thank them for their work in taking control of the camp where former rebel soldiers were entrenched and refusing to disarm.
Honneur à cette armée nationale.
Let's honor the National Army, which achieved a miracle to put an end to the rebellion without any human life loss, neither on the loyalist side nor on the rebel side.
The message is clear. Time has finally come for Burkina to put the presidential guard behind. The RSP, created by former President Blaise Compaoré 20 years ago in order to protect him, has long had a bad reputation. The 1,300-man elite unit was accused of being above the law and of being responsible for political assassinations and abuses. So when Compaoré was ousted last year after 27 years in power, voices from civil society soon rose to ask for the RSP to be disbanded. People took to the streets earlier this year to no avail. They protested again as soon as the news broke of an RSP coup to overthrow the transitional government. And then again this week when the RSP refused to disarm after a peace deal was agreed to.
It didn't come as a surprise that they refused to disarm. He has done nothing but lie to the Burkinabe people and killed them for the past 27 years, so it's not a surprise.
The plan is to reintegrate the RSP soldiers into the national army. The army claims most of them have already been reintegrated, but this is likely to be the next big challenge. The government and the army have called for people not to attack RSP soldiers and their families, but the resentment is huge and revenge attacks are a risk.
A real risk that the integration poses is to further fracture the military, especially now that there have been parts of the regular army that actually confronted militarily the RSP in the field of battle.
The transitional government has opened a commission of inquiry into the failed coup, which left at least 11 people dead and more than 100 injured. Emilie for VOA News in Ouagadougou.